Okay, so here we are. We're back for lesson 5, and we're going to convert things into standard form. Okay, so we've already done vertex form, and we've already done what's called factored form. So what we're doing today is at the end of this, I'm hoping that you can say, I can change functions to standard form from vertex and factored forms. And the second goal here is that you can recognize the difference between the different forms. Okay, so let's take a look. Like our previous forms, we have 3 missing values. Before I go there, I want to mention that we write this, we have an x squared, and we have an x, and we have another value here, okay? Looks like a trinomial. There's 3 different things here. And it's always written with the x squared first, followed by the x, followed by the thing without the x. And keep in mind that this could be a 0. These could be zeros, and something to think about. Okay, but plain enough, the first value, when it's written with the x squared first, the first one is an a. When the b comes next, it's a b. Or sorry, when the x comes next, it's a b. And then the one without either the x or the x squared is called c. So our standard form of a quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c. And a, b, and c are 3 numbers. There is a thing that says that a can't be 0. Okay, we'll talk more about that another day. Okay, so once again, here are the 3 forms that we need to know for Math 11. We have the vertex form, we have the factored form, and we have the standard form. I will mention that a is in all 3, and it's the same value. So if you know a in the first one, it applies to the second and the third. Let's see if we can use this to solve. Okay. When we do this, okay, so here we are. So I guess let's just do a little review first. Here I have something, and I want this written in standard form. And I'm looking at that going, okay, what form is this? And hopefully you recognize that this is factored form. Okay, and I see factored form. It's got 2 sets of parentheses here, and it's got another value out front. So just as a little review, factored form, there's an A, an R, and an S. Can you figure out what those 3 values are? A little practice. Pause the video, write down your answer. Okay, hopefully you recognize that A was negative 3 over 2. I hope you recognize that R is a positive 2 and S is a positive 4. Okay, be careful of the signs inside the parentheses. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're simply going to multiply all this together. Now, I find it the easiest to multiply the 2 sets of brackets first. So I'm going to say y equals negative 3 over 2, and I have an x take away 2 and an x take away 4. Oops, x take away 4. Okay, and there's lots of different ways of writing this. For me, I'm going to say it's x times x, then it's x times negative 4. Then I'm going to take negative 2 times x and negative 2 times negative 4. And you would have done this in Math 10, so we won't spend too much time on it. So I know that y equals negative 3 over 2. And I'm just going to put all this in a big bracket here. So x times x is x squared. X times negative 4 is negative 4x. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. And negative 2 times negative 4 is positive 8. So there's what it's going to look like. I'm not done. I need to simplify it and multiply it through by a negative 3 over 2. So let's say I'm going to have y equal negative 3 over 2. And what I'm going to do next is I got some x's here. This is an x squared, so I can't combine that with this. But I have a negative 4x and a negative 2x. So I'm going to have x squared take away 6x plus 8. Okay, that's all combined and everything's ready to go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my negative 3 over 2 and distribute that to each of these. and see what that's going to give me. And I'm going to end up with y equals negative 3 over 2 x squared. It's going to be negative 3 over 2 times 6x, times a negative 6x. And it's a negative 3 over 2 times a positive 8. Okay, so simplifying my fractions, negative 3 over 2x squared. Let's see, 3 times 16, that's 18, that's 9. So that's a plus 9x. And here, 24 divided by 2 is 12, so take away 12. There it is in standard form. And if I asked you, what is the value of A, B, and C? Hopefully you could recognize that. One moment. You can pause it if you want to try it. A is negative 3 over 2. B is positive 9, and C is negative 12. Let's try another one. What about this one? Okay, I'm looking at that. I'm going, okay, this is vertex form. This is vertex form. So once again, we have an A, an R, and an S. For a quick review, what is A, R, and S? Pause the video, see if you can figure it out. Well, here we have A is negative 4. R is positive 7. Be careful of the negative signs. And S is a positive 3. Okay, so we're going to convert this from vertex form into standard form. And here we go. We're going to say that y equals negative 4. How about I'll just write the whole question down first. Okay. The first step in this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that x minus 7 squared and write that as x minus 7 times x minus 7. That's x minus 7 squared right there. Okay, now this one looks almost identical to the last question we did. What I need to do is I need to take this x minus 7 and multiply it by the other x minus 7. So I'm going to have y equals negative 4. I'm going to put all this in brackets and add the 3 at the end. So let's see. I'm going to do it a little quicker than I did last time. Like, once again, this is a grade 10 skill. So I know you've seen these before. If you need help, we can get you some help on that. Okay, so there it is. Now I'm going to combine my middle term again. So I have y equals negative 4. X squared minus 14x plus 49 plus 3. We can't add the 3 yet. We got to multiply by 4 first. So let's see. Y equals negative 4x squared. It's going to be minus 4 times 14. What's that going to be? Positive 56, I'm hoping. And 4 times 49. Let's see. 4 times 50 is 200. How about negative 196? And then plus 3. And then my last step, I'm going to combine these two numbers here to get my final equation. Y equals negative 4x squared plus 56x. Take away 193. There it is in standard form. A little bit of algebra skills. For some practice, what is A? What is B? And what is C? Pause the video, see if you can figure that out. And we're back. A is negative 4. B is positive 56. And C is negative 193.